Hello, Scorpio. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot in Wonderland by Barbara Moore, illustrated by Eugene Smith. Website at the bottom is llewellyn.com. Feel free to check that out if you would like to. Supportive Oracle cards. Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. Website on the bottom, rockpoolpublishing.com.au. A as an apple, use an umbrella. Okay, what do we have for Scorpio? Yeah, a lot of extra cards. Not seeing anything bad. You got a deserter. Sometimes that's not a problem for Scorpio. Depends who it is, of course. I mean, let's be fair. Sometimes we just want certain people just to go. So if they just disappear quietly, maybe that's not a bad thing. Somebody you're trying to... How long? This person's been around for a while. I get the Hermit card in the sense of, like, I don't think you have a problem with this person. How does Scorpio, in this part in the past, how does Scorpio deal or connect with this person? Hierophant, and then the 10 of Cups reversed. I'm going to say you're not really a fan of this one, but you see them for who they are. Yeah, I kind of go back to my original. I don't think you're going to have a problem with this person disappearing. They are who they are. There's certain things about them. It's weird because I feel like I should get along with them, but I don't. And it's not like there's not like any point of contention. I feel like there's nothing that went wrong. Like, I don't feel like they screwed me over or that we had a bad moment. I just feel like it's just the way they talk, maybe, the way they handle things, even though if you look at it on paper, it's not bad. It's when I deal with them directly, I don't really care for them. Does that make sense? I think it does. Like, nothing, like, I don't think they screwed you over. I don't think there's, like, been a problem directly. I just, like, it's the way they convey stuff. I don't like it. If I look at it on paper, it looks fine on paper. Like, oh, I don't see any problem with that. But when I deal with them, it's something about them. I just don't like them. You just don't like them. Yeah. You're Scorpio. Scorpio's a water sign. I'm Pisces, which is a different water sign. But I feel like the way I'm relating to this is like sometimes you just meet people and you just don't like them. And I feel like when I was younger, I used to try to not let myself do that, but now that I'm older, I'm like, nope, I learned the hard way. You should just kind of like, I don't have to like get in somebody's way, or I don't want to cause anybody problems, but if I get that feeling like I don't like somebody, I should just not fight it and just kind of like, all right, maybe I just don't need to be in that person's life, that type of thing. Because I feel like that's the type of feeling I'm getting with this. Kind of like, no, I just knew I didn't like them from day one. I just knew I didn't like them. Didn't get in their way, didn't cause them problems, didn't do anything like that, but just kind of like, I just knew I didn't like them for whatever reason. I just knew I didn't. This person is, I think they're gone. I think they're the one leaving. You got the Death card, you got the World card, and they're just kind of disappearing. The thing is, I feel like whoever this person is, I constantly feel like I have to like negotiate or like try to make it work with them. Maybe they don't realize that you don't care for them. Maybe they do. I don't know. Probably not, because Scorpio, if you don't want somebody to know something, they're not going to know it, and that's just how it is. So if they know you don't like them, I feel like it's because you don't care that they don't know that they know that. Scorpio's good, I feel like. If you don't want somebody to know something, you'll just be ambivalent. You won't go out of your way to let them know you don't like them, but you'll make sure that they don't think you do like them. That's how I interpret Scorpio, anyway. You've had to deal with it. For a lot of you, I'm thinking this has a lot to do with work. It doesn't have to. It could be some other social connection, but I feel a lot of, like, work connection. Like, yeah, I got to work with this one, so I got to make it look fine or presentable. Again, I'm not falling all over myself to act like I like somebody I don't, but I'm making it workable. I understand they're leaving, but why is this becoming such an issue? Because I feel like it does create stress for you that you don't really want nor need. And as this person leaves, I keep like looking at this like, what is left behind? What type of mess is left behind? Is there a problem with this person leaving? Because other people seem to have liked them. I don't want to be too excited that they're gone. Other people do seem to have liked them and seem to still like them. But the fact that they left, I'm like, can we just let it go? Can we just pretend they were never here? Why is this a challenge socially for Scorpio? 10 of Cups. Other people did like them. I just keep getting like the fact that they're leaving. I'm like, okay, then go. Now that they're leaving and they're gone, how does that affect Scorpio afterwards? Like, what is the point of this? More things are going to come forward. Things that you're going to find out that there was a reason. You're going to see the truth of this person. They're going to get away. They're walking away. They're not really owning up to anything. Something was wrong here. You're going to find out. And I feel like when you find out, you have to keep it to yourself. Why? They're saying you got to keep it to yourself when you find out what the deal was. Because I'm getting this person is just quietly slipping away, and they seem to be happy just to be out of the situation. There was some damage left over. They were doing something they weren't supposed to be doing. But nobody else wants to call it out after they're gone. In fact, I feel like some people want to act like there was never a problem. Yeah, you figure it out after they're gone. Because I feel like you're kind of picking up the pieces afterwards, like, oh, that wasn't right, and no, this wasn't right, this isn't quite right. I feel like you're realizing after the fact, like, okay, these are the reasons. Like, I feel like I knew something wasn't right, and now I'm seeing like what it was that wasn't right. But I feel like I have to be careful, and I just put it together the way I need to, and I have to keep it to myself. This boundary, I feel like I'm not talking about it with other people, because I'm like, these other people see this person who left better than they actually were, and I don't really care for that. You do find out the truth, though. And I feel like your feelings are validated. Doesn't mean they were the worst person in the world, but you knew something wasn't right there. So what's coming in later after you clean up the mess? Because I feel like you're gonna clean up part of the mess here, and you're keeping it to yourself. If you decide to do that, then you decide to do that. It's your business, right? Page of Swords reversed and the Star card again. This person might have been protecting other people too. This is interesting to me. You're finding out more of the dynamic, because not only are you finding out what was going wrong with this person, you're finding out your feelings are validated. You're finding out what else was going on here and who else was involved with it. Certain people are acting like things were better for a reason. I keep getting these two cards together. Like, you seem to be figuring out the puzzle in a way that, like, I almost feel like I didn't really want to see that, but now that I know, I have to keep it together. There's a history of something not right here, and I feel like I just got into a deeper level of like more of like I'm understanding the mechanics of like what I didn't like here more. Like, I knew I didn't really care for that person. They left. All right, they're gone. But now I'm seeing like what they were a part of and who else is a part of that. I'm getting a deeper sense of like what actually the root problem is. And I'm seeing like, oh, like I'm seeing this differently. And I'm getting the history of it. I'm starting to find out the real history of like where all this came from and where it looks like it's going to go. There may not be anything you can do about it, but it will affect where you're going in the future. It's like whatever the problem actually is, I feel like you might not have the ability to actually fix that problem, but it will definitely change where you're going later. I feel like that's the point of it. To get this information so you know what's actually happening, so you're like, oh. It's kind of like looking at like the foundation of a house. Maybe you just like live there with people, whatever, but then you're realizing I have a chance to buy this house later, But now that I know that the foundation is screwed up, I'm not buying this house. I'm just not going to say anything about it. I'm just going to kind of disappear later too. Respectfully. But I'm just going to be like, oh, I don't want to buy this house, thank you. And I'm just going to kind of let it go. I'm not going to tell people why, because they don't tell me things either. But I'm going to be like, I got the information I need to know that this is not where I'm permanently staying. Because now that I know that the foundation is that screwed up, it's not going to work. It's kind of like if we're going to use a job reference for this, the person you didn't like got their job because they were a romantic partner of somebody in management years ago. And that's how they got that job. And then you're seeing like deeper on down, all these people are connected in a different type of way, and the person who's in control has a lot of problems, and they just look to put people in positions to protect them so that they can't get called out for their problems. And you're like, I don't want any part of that. And once you see it for what it is, you're like, well, I can't fix it because they're way too high up. Maybe they're the owner of the company, just to be fair. And you're like, all right, that's clearly not going to be fixed because they're the owner. I'm going to do what I need to do now. I'm fine for now, but somewhere down the road, I'm going to leave this situation because that's too much damage. That's too much damage to hold on to too long. So it's going to help you make a better decision later. That's the point of the whole thing of this, is to like follow your gut instinct. I feel like Scorpio is really good at keeping things to themselves when they want to. So I feel like you guys are really like the masters of that. Of all the 12 signs, I feel like you're one of the easiest ones to do that with, because you get information and you keep it. Some signs are good at keeping information to themselves, but maybe not so good at uncovering it. You're good at uncovering it and then keeping it to yourself. So I feel like that's where this is going to work out very easily for you. But it's meant for you to get this information for like you making better decisions for yourself down the road, and maybe even advising other people respectively when you need to. That's the point of it. Because I feel like when this is coming forward, at some point I'm going like, what's the point of knowing this? That's the point of knowing this. Because you're going to keep getting more and more information. It's like when you first find out that your feelings were validated about the person who left, I feel like that's the point where I'm like, well, so, I mean, I didn't like them. I'm now finding out, well, there was a good reason for that. But what does it matter? You're going to find out even more stuff later, which is going to form your future. Are we good? I think we're there. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.